again, happy Thursday. Today is much warmer than what we saw yesterday. The entire viewing area either in the 80s or 90s. Here in the Concho Valley, lower to mid 80s, 82 down in Sonora, 81 over in Ozona. We're a little warmer, 86 here in San Angelo. But then in the big country, they're even warmer in the upper 80s to lower 90s. 91 in both Snyder and Roby, 88 here in San Angelo. Abilene, 88 in Abilene as well. Now tonight is going to be much like the past couple nights. We're going to have that cloud cover with those breezy southerly winds, so we'll see another warm night with lows only in the mid to upper 60s. 68 is going to be the low in both San Angelo and Abilene. A few places getting down to 66. 64 in Menard though, as well as Garden City in Midland. Now tomorrow is actually going to be our warmest day that we've seen all week before we have a cold front come through on Saturday to bring things a little lower, closer to average for this time of year, but it's not going to stay that way very long. We'll be right back to the 90s by the start of our week next week. But along with that cold front, we're also looking at some rain chances increasing this weekend as well. But before we can really talk about the rain chances, I want to point out that tomorrow we have this fire weather watch, well, the red flag warning that goes into effect, forgive me, at noon that lasts until 9 p.m. Those concerns, we're looking at those critically dry relative humidity values, as well as those breezy winds. Wind gusts could be as high as 35 miles per hour tomorrow. But let's look at the setup for tomorrow as well as going into the weekend. This is tomorrow morning. This dry line is what's going to be creating those issues for us tomorrow with the fire weather concerns. That dry line is actually going to stall here in our viewing area, stall right there in the middle, so that western half that we see, that's what's going to see that drier air, as well as those winds picking up ahead of this cold front that's making its way closer to us here in West Texas, that will actually stall in the Concho Valley. And as that stalls, we'll see some isolated showers and thunderstorms along this front throughout the day tomorrow, but we'll really see more of that rain as this front moves northward, getting overtaken by warm air, moving northward as a warm front. And along that, we're going to see more of that chance for those showers and thunderstorms going into the day, throughout the day on Sunday, and starting out our day on Monday. We could be seeing a few sprinkles of rain, but we'll really have that chance to dry up as we get to Tuesday before we see that next rain chance approaching next week. So to recap, tomorrow's going to be a very warm day in the mid 90s before we see a brief cool down thanks to that cold front, rain chances throughout the weekend, before we have one dry day next week on Tuesday, before we have our next chance of rain coming by mid next week. Back to you, Esmeralda.